Love, light, and peace, y'all. So today is the day leading into the night of the full moon, right? And I'm sitting here at the water, and I've been releasing and coming to conscious awareness and making peace with some different ideas. And I feel like this full moon is a real potent one, right? I feel like the energy from this moon has been doing this big one. That's what I feel like. And I realized something. I've known it. However, it's more prominent in the frontal lobe at the moment, which is why I want to come on and do this video to share it with others. Healing is not linear. Growth is not linear. The way that I envision it, it's like it's a circular spiral motion that goes up, right? And one thing about the spiral is as it goes up, right, you go back around, right? You go back around a place that you've already been familiar with, but you go up, so you get to see it from a higher perspective, right? You get to see it from a different vantage point. And because you're higher up, spiritually and energetically, you would have evolved, right? It's a process of evolution, right? So keeping that in mind, sometimes in this human experience, we think that we've healed from something, right? We think that we've processed it, we've analyzed it, we've dissected it, we've digested it, accepted it, and released, right? We've, we've extracted. We've extracted all of the keys, all of the jewels, all of the value from said experience. And then time goes by, living life, learning new lessons, evolving, growing, expanding. And then we find ourselves either experiencing, thinking, or releasing something that we thought that we were done with. And I was having a moment where it was uncomfortable because I felt like I had purged certain things from my energetic field, that I had released certain energies, and that I had made peace with what once was to make way for what will be. And I was dialoguing with my spirit team about it, and they caused me to understand that all of what I've done is not negated because of this one moment. So if I needed to cry and release because I now understand it from a different perspective than what I did before, that's perfectly fine. And it is me honoring who I am now while giving grace and understanding to who I was before. So if you find yourself kind of like judging yourself or beating yourself up or being irritated or upset with yourself because it's like, damn, why am I still thinking about this? Or why am I still dealing with this? Or why is this coming up? Why can't I just get over it? Think about it like cleaning, right? Let's say you vacuum the carpet, right? Let's say you vacuum the carpet and you were thorough in how you did it. You even put down the carpet refresher, or you sprayed it so that it gave it energetic refreshing, right? So when you walked in, it was pleasant. However, after you were done and you put the vacuum away, after maybe a few days or however long, you notice that there was a dust bunny in the corner, right? You don't get irritated or upset that perhaps you missed the dust bunny in the corner. You just go ahead and clean the dust bunny out. And the fact that you missed the dust bunny in the corner doesn't mean that you didn't clean the floor. Like, it doesn't take away from the fact that you clean the floor. It's just a detail that requires your attention. So that's the same principle you can apply to when your feelings or your thoughts come up of something from the past that you felt like you released and you put a period to. That way you give yourself the grace, the compassion, the understanding, and that you stand in the sovereignty of who you are now while honoring who you used to be, right? I also had an experience where I was thinking about my past self and the things that I tolerated and experienced, and out of love, right? I was operating from love, but when I look back, I'm like, I was giving and being for people who weren't even worthy. They didn't even understand the value of what they was receiving. So I was feeling some way about that. And again, my spirit team chimed in to remind me that I was who I am. And there's no shame in that. There's no embarrassment in that. There's no need to be upset with me for being who I am. I was learning. I was growing. Discernment, right? I was learning and growing to stand in the power of who I am now. And without those experiences, I wouldn't be where I am now. So I offer this to you that's listening, that when you find yourself in that space, that you give yourself the compassion, the love, the space that you deserve, right? Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop reflecting on the past as though where you're at right now is the same place as where you were, because it's not. You're not in the same place. You're not even the same person. You couldn't even do the same things that you did before right now if your life depended on it. Because there's something in you now that's not even going to allow you to be less than who you are. Because you've grown, you've evolved. Once you know 2 + 2 is 4, you can't go back to unknowing, right? Once you learn the lessons that cause you to stand in your sovereignty, to be fully aware of who you are and your power and your expression, you can't unlearn the lessons that got you there. So be gentle with yourself. Love on yourself. Give yourself space. Honor the human part of yourself. The spiritual part of you, the divine part of you has already mastered it. But the human self is sometimes a little slower to catch up. You know, the physical does not move as fast as the spiritual and the mental does. So we have to make space for that. So honor yourself wherever you are in your journey. Honor your process. Honor your growth. You know, look back with pride that you made it through, that you learned what you needed to learn, and you are who you are, and you're always going to be who you are, right? I am that I am. So I will that reaches exactly who it's meant for. I will that it inspires you and nourishes you. I will that you can feel the hug and the love in my words and the vibration in this transmission, so that it brings you peace and clarity and stability. Until the next time, love, light, and peace.